here's Brody Brazil.
You know, it's crazy. Back in the day, I remember how excited I was to get a phone number for my pager. And now I've got a phone number for my YouTube channel. It's an 800 phone number, 833-4Brody. If you've got something to say, a question, a comment, or a contribution for this YouTube channel, phone it in. I listen to all of your voicemails. I get to play back and respond to the very best ones, like right here, right now, on a future video. Let's listen.
Wow, I wasn't ready for that voicemail. That was epic, dude. Hey, my name is Ariel. I'm calling from San Francisco, long-time listener of the show.
Thank you.
You were talking about the other day of covering A's, and maybe it's not like your thing. I get it. For me, as a fan, old fan of the A's, I need this. This is almost like a therapy session for me. And imagine for you, too. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings that are so raw. And I think it's almost therapeutic that we talk about this tragedy. It's like PTSD. Something awful happened to us collectively, and we're victims. We are. We had something stolen from us that we love. And I think we need to talk about it. And it'd be great if you were to talk about it because you have a platform, and also you're very fair, professional.
Thank you.
And, you know, you have a unique perspective of being part of the A's for a moment, and also part of our voice, because the fan base doesn't have a voice. So you are a voice. And I know that sucks. You probably don't want to do it, but just saying, if you can continue to make some videos about A's content, I really appreciate that. I know that's probably hard for you. Yeah, I hope all is well. I'm going to keep watching the show. All right. Cheers. Bye.
Ariel, thank you very much for supporting the channel and calling in. I just need to take a moment because, yeah, that hits. Like when you realize, as we're about a year removed, as I'm recording this video, as I'll be releasing this video, we're about a year removed from something that was traumatic for all of us. And as a sports fan, you come to terms with losing a game, losing a championship, losing your favorite player, but losing your entire team. Like, that just is not supposed to happen. That's not something that you sign up for. And I'll be honest, Ariel, like, I went into this summer thinking, you know what, I'm going to make a hard switch, and I might do some Giants here on the channel. I'm going to do a lot of baseball, and I did some baseball coverage. I also just took this first off season of, like, my real adult life. I mean, I've been doing baseball and hockey back-to-back for 15-plus years, and I finally just kind of eased in and said, maybe I just need to kind of take a baseball season off from being tied in to one particular team. And so I don't know, like, what the future holds for me and being, you know, kind of a voice of A's fans. And I'll say doing the A's hard work, like the hard work of still keeping this conversation alive. There's a couple points I want to make here. What happened with the team and it moving and nobody having the fans back and all of this, and I mean, like, from the commissioner of baseball to the team itself, to the city of Oakland, to the county of Alameda. And there will be fans who are just trolling and they're just haters and they're trying to say to you, well, this A's team, they moved from Philly to Kansas City, then Kansas City to Oakland, then Oakland to Sacramento, Sacramento to Vegas. They've always been a transitional team. Well, yeah, but 57 years in Oakland, that's transitional to you? And when they came west, there were reasons for that. And Philadelphia, I know, already had a team and there was a lot going on. There was a lot of teams migrating west. But even when the A's left Kansas City, what happened the very next year? Baseball got scared because Kansas City made some threats and they were awarded an expansion team. That's who the Royals are to this day. The Royals exist because of the A's departure and the fallout from it. And other people will say, well, this is Oakland and Oakland's got problems and issues. That's true. And Oakland also lost the Warriors and the Raiders. That's also true. But this is an individual thing. This is a team that went out and said, we're staying. We're rooted in Oakland. We're going to build Howard Terminal. Here's all the plans. Here's our backup plan, the Coliseum. Even if this ambitious plan doesn't work north of Jack London Square, we've got a backup plan for that. So there's no question that we are going to be staying here until they change their mind. And until they didn't really show their math on changing their mind. Oh, we tried. Did you? Show me. Prove it to me. To say that we tried is one thing. To show me and to prove that you tried, then I might have, there is another way around this. There is a way the A's could have departed Oakland and not had all of the dust up that existed. if you showed people the math and you showed people there was no option and you showed people how hard you worked to try and keep this team here, it's kind of the end of the conversation. Really, there's still sadness, but there's not as much disagreement. But when you say you tried, you don't show anybody, and then you walk out the door, that's when we get to where we're at here. I've realized that personally there is probably a responsibility on my part of maintaining a voice in all of this, and whether it's here on YouTube or social media, or people want to do interviews with me for their documentary or their story, I do feel an obligation and responsibility to be somebody to talk about this because I experienced all of it from start to finish, and I still don't know if we've reached the official finish of it yet. Like, I wish we have. I wish that we could move down the road. I wish this could be a chapter in the past. I wish that there weren't even so many questions that still loom about this entire situation. But I guess there is a responsibility of being that person because I was entrenched in it. It's not a role that I rejoice in. Even making this video, Ariel, like I'm doing it because you were so convincing in the call, and we are about a year removed, and this is something that I wanted to, bring up here. I don't mind talking about it, but it's not something that I'm like, can't wait to do that. Because, yeah, it doesn't feel good to hash all these things back up, to rehash them. I think experience and continuity matter in documenting this. What I mean by that is, you can't just jump into this situation and do all the research of what happened. Like, if you're new to this situation, it's really hard to comprehend. I don't have to do the research because I went through it all. And the process in Oakland, the process of things cooling off and the pandemic happened, and then all of a sudden it's a hard switch of gears, and then it's parallel paths, and then it's turning the back on Oakland, and so many questions in Las Vegas. And anyway, like, experience and continuity do matter. So when you hear somebody covering this story, and if they've just joined the story as part of the Sacramento angle, they don't really understand the backstory of it. If they're in Las Vegas and they're covering the arrival of the A's and they're new to this and they didn't really live through the 2010s and even before that with the A's projects in Fremont and downtown Oakland and possibly San Jose, if you don't understand all of that, you're new to this story, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a lot of context here that you don't have in terms of the present and how things might actually go in the future. All of this, again, fatiguing beyond belief. I'll do it, and Ariel, like, I appreciate you saying that, like, keep going, because it means a lot to a lot of people. Quite honestly, that's the number one and only reason why I think I'll even continue to whatever degree. And I do want to say that maybe next baseball season here on the channel might be different. Maybe I'll pick a different team. I don't know. I mean, I think it could and should be the Giants, but maybe I'll pick a different Major League Baseball team to follow here a little more closely on the channel. Something I've always been doing in my summer times of professional years gone by. So I don't know. This year, it was a little bit confusing and cloudy, and I appreciate the call. I appreciate the comment, and it's a role, I guess, that I do take kind of seriously, but to represent the fans in all of this and just to continue documenting it and being a voice. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Also, thumbs up while you're down there. Helps me and this video and this channel. And don't forget to subscribe. I want to see you back here next time.